Hi everyone, it's Lynnea. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today I'm using the Let's Get Lit stamp set from Beth Duff Designs. This is brand new from her winter release, and there's a bunch of cute little images in the stamp set. There's a cute Christmas tree, the reindeer, and a bunch of sentiments. And I'm going to be focusing on the reindeer. So I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch watercolor cardstock, and I'm using my Misty just to position this reindeer so that I can repeatedly stamp it across my background. And when I do that, I usually pick a spot. I rarely start in the middle because then there's a bullseye right in the middle of my panel. So I usually start off in the lower-ish right, and I just start stamping. And when I'm doing embossing, I stamp a little bit and emboss and then go back and forth. So now I have these new blending brushes from Picket Fence Studios. These are brand new to me. I'm just taking them out of the package for the first time, and this will be the first time I'm using them. So I'm starting with some brushed corduroy distress ink, and I'm just going to ink up the brush and just blend it across my watercolor cardstock. And you can see I'm not very good at it because this is my first time, and it's a good way to get a light color across your cardstock. If you want a more vivid color, I would suggest using the regular blending foams that most of us are familiar with. But all I'm doing is starting with a light color, going in to my darkest color, which is walnut stain, and then I'm using some gathered twigs here as my medium color, and then I'll go back in with brushed corduroy in the middle just to keep a highlight in the middle of my panel. And you can see because I use the gold embossing, it resists the brown. I think it kind of fades in just a little bit, so you're going to see me fix that so the reindeer can pop out in a little bit. But for now, I'm just flicking on some water, and then I will put my towel over it and just kind of sop up that water, and it gives this polka dotted effect. And I thought that I would stop here and just create a little frame. So I'm using my Versamark ink pad and just rubbing it around all 4 corners of my cardstock, and then I'll add some gold embossing powder to create that frame. But like I said, I thought that the reindeer were getting lost as I was creating. And now that I'm looking at the video, they look fine. But as I looked at it in real life, they were blending in. So I'm taking some clean, clear water and just coloring in with my water brush where the reindeer images are. And then I'm going to use a paper towel and pick up that wet water, and it's going to lift the distress ink off the paper. To help them pop a little bit more, I have my Ganze Tambi watercolor set here, and I'm using the dark brown color, and I'm only adding a little bit of water, so this is quite thick and opaque, and I'm just going to be outlining all of the deer images, and you'll see in the end it really helps them pop. So I have this Mary die from Concord and Ninth, and I wanted it to look like a gold dipped die cut. So I'm taking my Versamark ink pad and just pressing it onto the bottom of my die cut, and then I'll dip it into my embossing powder and heat set that. If I could do it again, I would probably do maybe just the bottom third instead of the bottom half, because I think it's a little bit too much gold. And here's Jax. He woke up from his nap, and he's helping me glue these die cuts onto the card. I'm using some Ranger Multi-Medium Matte and just doing some little dots, and then I'll glue it onto the front here. And you can see how using the lift technique and outlining the reindeer really helps them pop. So be sure to head over to my blog for still photos and more information. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye!